My cousin was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes when she was very young, and she's very strong for it. I couldn't do it myself. I can't imagine anyone else being able to do it except for her. What, I didn't know how much insulin helped her. Insulin it really helps her, and she needs it to survive. Her body does not produce as much insulin as you and I do, but with this automatic pump she has, it automatically deposits insulin into her body so that she can live freely. The effects of this disease would primarily be just emotionally and physically. And I can't speak for her, but I know she was in a deep, deep place emotionally because of it. And now, pretty recently, she's gotten out of that hole, and now she's climbing her way back up into positive light. I could not be more proud of her. I think the hardest thing for her was the diagnosis at such a young age. I knew people who got diagnosed in their 30s, but never someone when they were 6 or 7. It was a very difficult time. I remember being there for her, and it was horrible. She was in a bad, bad place. In the very beginning, when um, she did not have an automatic pump to measure her insulin levels or blood sugar levels, she had to take a finger prick every single day, like every single meal or snack, to measure her blood pressure, sugar level, and that just seems horrible for a kid to go through. I can't imagine how it made her feel emotionally. The treatments available for diabetes are primarily just insulin treatments, although I'm not positive what they do in the hospitals except for just manage your insulin intake on an industrial level. I do not know anything else on the subject. Physically, her body hasn't changed much except just growing older, except for, I would imagine, there would be bruising from the insulin pump on her arms and legs where the insulin pump would belong, because she moves it pretty frequently. Any advice I'd have going into a relationship with someone who has type 1 diabetes is that you cannot understand what they are going through emotionally, but you can help them get through it. Mental health is a big thing with type 1 diabetes because you have no idea what they're going through. And you just have to be there to comfort them for everything. She's had this disease for 10 years, maybe, something around there. But it was very difficult for her being very young and having to deal with a horrible disease as diabetes. I hope there's a cure for diabetes, because I couldn't believe if anyone could live their entire lives without thinking that there would be a cure to something that affects millions of people across the world.